Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 17 of my Chicago Bears franchise here on Madden NFL 17. So today we're back with Week 17 action, taking a look at the standings. It is a tight NFC playoff picture. We are still tied with the Cowboys for that number one seed, and just a half game up on the Vikings and a full game up on the Packers in the division. So there's a scenario in which all three of those NFC North teams can still take home the division. If we win, flat, plain and simple, doesn't matter what Minnesota or Green Bay does, then we are the division champs. A win and a loss by us, or win for Minnesota and a loss by the Bears, would make it a Minnesota victory, and then Minnesota and Chicago losses combined with a Green Bay win would give Green Bay the division. So here we go now. We are taking on the 2-13 San Francisco Giants, and this is kind of where we lucked out in the scheduling. We've got a pretty easy game this weekend. It is in San Francisco, but they're 2-13 and pretty much the same, depleted roster that they sport in real life these days. So not a huge challenge, and you can see we jump out to our early 7-0 lead. Now driving here early in the second quarter, the handoff to Howard, who tries to bounce to the outside. He is brought down, but he's got 39 yards on 9 carries so far. Now 2nd and 6. Adcock dropping back, looking back at the end zone, and he's got Alshon Jeffrey, who hauls that one in and makes it a 14-0 game. Now later in the second quarter, still 14-0. Looking left side for Jeffrey. He's got his second touchdown of the game, and just like that, it's 21-zip Chicago, jumping out to a big early lead right here. Still in the second quarter. Now later in the second quarter, you're going to see San Francisco has made it a 21-7 game. How will the Bears respond? Well, Adcock, this time he's going to scramble out to the right, still looking, fires on the run. Had a pair of wide receivers there, but could hit neither, so we end up settling for a 58-yard field goal attempt, and Connor Barth's kick is good. So for all the troubles Barth has had this year, maybe making up for it now. Jeffrey hauls this one in, and this is what happens when you put a linebacker on Alshon Jeffrey. He busts to the corner and then gets to the outside, and he is gone. A 91-yard touchdown for Alshon Jeffrey, his third touchdown catch of the half, as he's beginning to put together a monster day. 31-7 is the score, and that would be the score at the half. Now into the early part, or the late part of the third quarter, 31-10 now, and it's Adcock hitting Cornelius over the middle. Cornelius hauls it in, picks up a gain of 26. Now here we go, another third down, this time 3rd and 2. Peterman hanging on to that one, and Peterman with another 7 catches, I believe, today. So he has really continued to pick it up in the second half, especially in the absence of Zach Miller. Now Adcock in the red zone firing. He's got Jeffrey, who makes the one-handed grab, but he actually couldn't hang on, and that would have forced a field goal anyway. So Barth's out once again. His second kick of the day is good, that time from a much shorter distance than the first time around. Now here we go. It is Jeremy Langford getting a majority of the carries here in the second half. Jordan Howard did go out with an injury. We'll have more on him at the end of the video. But we've got Adcock going down on a sack from Aaron Lynch right there, and that would pretty much do it. So we end up winning 34-10. It was a pretty easy win. Didn't even really have to bother with showing too much defense, because I thought it was pretty uninteresting to show Colin Kaepernick pick us apart for the small periods of time that he did. But anyway, we win, like I said, easy win, and we are officially the NFC North champions. We finish out the year 11-5, so in year number 2 of this franchise, we take home the NFC North. Definitely better than I expected. I thought we would be improved this year, maybe try to go closer to 500, but competing for a playoff spot definitely was above my expectations. Adcock with a fantastic day, probably his best game of the season, 346 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. We really did not have much of a running game with either Howard or Langford in there. Jeffrey finishes with 6 grabs for 169 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Parker Peterman had another touchdown. Only 4 catches today for Peterman, not 7 or 8 like I thought, but still 40 yards and a touchdown. And then defensively, you can see tackle-wise, obviously Sam Fran leading the way, but sack-wise, Willie Young with another 3 sacks. Pernell McPhee, Akeem Hicks, and Jarrell Freeman all marking their name in the column right there, and then no turnovers on the day. So we're going to advance here. Actually, we're going to take a look at the injury report, and Jordan Howard is out for the year. Torn triceps, so we put him on IR. We're going to sign Mike Gillislee to replace his spot on the roster. And then taking a look at the standings, we do end up with a number 2 seed, 11-5, just behind the Cowboys, who did win the tiebreaker over us. Vikings and Packers are the wild cards. Seahawks and Saints are the other division winners. So you can see Redskins and Eagles not making the playoffs. Adcock's final season stats, 38 touchdowns as a rookie. I think that is a new rookie record. 18 picks though, only 3,700 yards. As for the halfbacks, Diedrich and Howard, neither one all that too impressive. I would say Howard had the edge if I could grade them. Maybe give Howard like a B and Diedrich a B-. One thing we did get was great play from our offensive line pretty much all year. I was really pleased about that. And you can see sack-wise, 2 guys leading the way. Leonard Floyd with 16.5 and Willie Young with 14. They definitely provided most of the pass rush for us this year, and that is a part of our team I do want to keep together heading into next season. But of course, we've got the playoffs to get to first, and you can see Taz Brandon and Will Hill both led the way with 4 interceptions each. Adcock finishes 9th in the NFL MVP voting, so we got top 10. That wasn't too bad. Bill Hill's 3rd in Coach of the Year. And you can see NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year is Kirby Adcock. That is exactly what we wanted, beating out Jason Otis. And then, of course, Kendrick Whitehead, the other quarterback taken in the first round. I don't know what happened to Sam Eldridge. I guess he was in the AFC too, because he went to the Chiefs. But Whitehead won in the AFC with the Texans. And you can see Adcock does eventually get enough XP to upgrade to normal development package. And he's only about 6,000 away from quick. So he's getting up there in age. And Brandon kind of in a similar spot, only 6,000 away from that quick development. So I'm going to see if I can get them to that point before the end of the offseason. But if we get to the offseason, I still don't have quick with them, I'm probably just going to spend all of what they've got in terms of XP points. But anyway, that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.